don't use Blackboard for one or two reasons. One is it's double because I have everything on, well, I put it on two places. I just confuse people.
So you
and two, it crashes a lot. What?
You predominantly use My Labs for everything.
Everything.
Okay, got it.
If you have trouble with My Labs Plus, MLP is what the actual abbreviation is. One 800-677-6337. Now, I'll be honest with you, I can't help you with too much with either one of those. The only thing I can help you with is math and your grade. That's pretty much it. If you have trouble getting on to your TCTSC account, then you need to call the help desk. Now, some of the minor problems that we have been having with MyLabs Plus has to do with the search engines. And I'll go ahead and tell you this, you might as well load all three on your computer. Internet Explorer, Firefox, and Google Chrome. Now, if you have another one, that's fine. I'm just going with these three. I don't need you to tell me how many different search engines you've got on your computer. If you have 5, that's fine. If you do MyLabs Plus and you come up with a blank screen or the test locks or something like that, then get out of it, go to another one, and pull it up. Now, MyLabs Plus is telling us that Firefox is the best to use with their MyLabs Plus. So I'm just telling you what they're telling me. If you go in there and you can't get into your homework for some reason, and it doesn't say something like MyLabs Plus is dead for maintenance or is down for maintenance, if it doesn't say something like that, and you just can't, there's no explanation, then you need to try to switch to the other one. Chances are it will come back to life and everything will be good. If something is going on with MyLabs Plus, they usually put an announcement up, and I will work with you as far as dates go. I always do if something happens to MyLabs Plus. But usually they don't do anything until the breaks or the weekends. And they usually do it in the middle of the night, like at 3 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning, when people usually aren't doing homework. So they're pretty good about that. If you call the help desk, don't call down there with attitude, because they are computer people. They have job security, so they will give you an attitude back. It's not their fault, your fault that your computer is not working right. So don't give them attitude. You speak to them nicely, they'll speak to you nicely. You go down there with attitude, they're going to get attitude right back. I'd hang up on them, but they won't. They'll just probably put you on hold for about 15, 20 minutes. Okay? And my phone, that's... Now, let me go ahead and tell you something about the way I do things. If you write me a text and say, when's the test due? I'm not going to answer it. Why? Because when I post a test, where will the dates be?
Won't it be in MyLabs Plus?
Thank you! What a concept! Okay? They're always in MyLabs Plus. People that call me and ask me that usually don't take the time to what? To look on MyLabs Plus. So I usually will not reply to something like that. Yes, ma'am?
I have a question for you. How are you getting away without using Blackboard?
I just always use MyLabs Plus. Why?
Well, I've been hearing things where they're wanting all of y'all to use. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
They haven't gotten me yet. They haven't. I do the best I can not to use it. Because you know what? When does it go down?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't use it. So my students are taking tests and homework when everybody else has to wait. So I don't use it. And maybe that's one of the reasons they tell me they're not fussing at me. But anyway, if you send me a text that is very important for me to answer by the next class period, I will answer it. If you send me a text that is not that detrimental, I mean, it's not going to stop the world, then I'll take care of it. I will not reply, and I'll take care of it with you at the next class meeting. You see what I'm saying? If you send me a when is the test due, I'm not going to reply. Okay? So the type of question that you would ask me, and I would take care of it before, is like if you were taking a test and the last day and it was due tonight at midnight, and lightning struck your house and all this stuff, and it made it incomplete, then I would text you back. I'll take care of it as soon as I get it to the computer. And that's when I would reply to you back, if there was a deadline or something like that. If you texted me and say, my homework's not working right, then the first thing I would say is switch to another search engine. And then if it still didn't work, then I'd say, let's look at it at Tri-County Tech at the next class. Because most of the time, your errors at home is going to be because of your search engine, or it's going to be because of your malware software or your virus software. So chances are, most of the time, if you come to Tri-County Tech Lab and pull up that same homework problem, it's going to come up here versus with interaction with yours. Now, what I would suggest is call the 1-800 number if you have problems with your individual computers at home. Most of the time, you can disable your software while you're installing the plugins needed. And it'll do that when you come up, when you get on to, and I'll show you that in just a minute. It'll take care of that, okay? And I'll show you that right now. We'll move on into My Labs Plus, and I'll show you that. Does anybody have any questions about handouts or classroom stuff right now? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I can't get the handouts on the email. There's another site I can get them on.
Just email me, and I'll send them to you. I will send them out probably Wednesday again. When did you add the class?
I had it about 2 months ago.
Okay, have you checked your email lately?
What is it on?
It's at tctc.edu. That's where I sent it. So you need to check it. Yes, ma'am.
You don't have any kind of attendance verification.
Yes, I take attendance.
No, I mean, sometimes it can be, it's like you said, you try not to use Blackboard. There are
That's
times
on
you know
online
what I'm
classes.
talking about.
Online classes.
Okay.
You're talking about an online class.
Okay.
Verification, that's the same as you sitting here today. Today is your verification.
Okay.
When you have an in-class class,
Yeah.
the first day of attendance is basically your class. The online, you must have taken an online class.
I've had several.
Yeah,
I just want to
that is, and that's why you see a lot of people depending on Blackboard, because a lot of your online classes depend on Blackboard.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's it. Anybody got any other questions? If you just added me, then you probably don't have my email. Yes, sir. Yes, I do let you use laptops, but don't let me catch you on Facebook while I'm teaching, because I'll tell you to put it up and not bring it back. Okay? I like tablets because I can see the tablets better, but I will walk around, and if I see you on something that you're not supposed to be on, I'll tell you to close it and not bring it back. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Once I put this on, I can use it at work or at home?
Yes, you can use it anywhere. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. So let's move on to dang old Pearson, or whatever it's called. My Lab Plus, Course Compass, My Math Lab, it's all the same thing. All right, so I'm going to get out of this and I'm going to go to where you need to go. Write this down, and it was on your 5th email also. www or www, wherever you're from, .tctc.mylabsplus.com. There it is. And you click on to the username. What is your username? It is your email address without the @tctc.edu. So you type in H. McClure, and that's it. Your password is what? your T number. Make sure you type in a capital T. And there you are. Now, of course, you're not going to have all these. You're going to have whatever courses yours will be 155, right? We are 155, right? All right, 155 right there. Now, you need an access code. The only thing you need is an access code. And the access code is given to you in the book, comes with your book, or online, or in the bookstore, depending on how you want it. When you log on the first time, you're going to have a 14-day trial period. That's for those people that say they ain't got no money. All right, so that excuse is covered. All right, click on there. As soon as you click on it, or as soon as you log on, it's going to say you have a 14-day trial period. Please type in your access code. And then you're going to say, I don't have my access code because I ain't got no money. Or you're going to say, I'm going to get my access code. Or you're going to say, I'd like to buy my access code. It's going to have some buttons down there. And you hit, I want to buy my access code. Was this in the book or was it?
It was in my book, yes, sir.
It was in your book. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you got to scratch it off like your lottery. Scratch off tickets. You got to scratch that off right there. And that's your access code. Once you type that in, you're in. You can throw this away. Okay? Because once you're in, you're in. It says don't discard, but it says peel here, not scratch. Peel. Okay, peel it off. Did you find yours?
I did.
Okay.
Mine, I was looking at hers, but mine's so big.
Well, different warehouses send different things. Now you can get it. I don't know if the bookstore. The bookstore, if we have 500 students, the bookstore will order 5. Okay. So the best bet is to get it through the book or to get it online. That's your best bet.
How much do they usually cost?
They cost the same as the book and the thing together. So your best bet is to get it with the book. But I don't know. You can check online. I don't know. Okay. But see, you don't get the book with that, do you? Oh, you. Well, did you get it online? Okay, but did you buy that online?
It came with this.
Okay, you got your book and everything online, but that's not what I'm talking about. He's talking about getting just your access code online. Has anybody got it online, just the access code? It may be cheaper since you're not buying the book.
I've done it.
How much was it?
Access code was like $69.
Yeah.
I've already got the book. I got the renting the book from Amazon. So I've got the book.
So you need to go online and get the access code.
Okay. All right. Do we even use the book that we have?
I don't care what kind of book you use. You can use an old book. You can come by my office and get an old book. You can share a book. You can steal a book, whatever. I don't care what book you use. The reason is math is math. Okay. Now, 5.3 in your book may be 5.4 in this book. That's the only thing you've got to work with. Yeah. And I don't mind, you just go by the titles. The titles are going to be the same. The numbers may be different. 5.3 may be 5.6. Yes, ma'am.
Can I still have the course ID from you anyway?
No, the course ID we don't have. That was when it was Course Compass. That's a long time ago. I don't know where you got that handout. I thought I had my handouts done.
Like the psychology teacher has the course ID.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you the difference. Okay. I'm going to tell you the difference right now because I was the one that brought Course Compass on to this campus in 1996. There's 3 different things of my math lab. My math lab first started out with diskettes. Okay? You put in a disk, you do some problems. That was my math lab. Then it moved to Course Compass, where the individual teachers would give you a course ID and you would enroll yourself.
Right.
Then it moved to my Labs Plus, in which the school puts you in there and you don't need an access, you just need access code and you're already in there. You just need access code to prove that you bought the book. So the reason the math department has adopted My Labs Plus, so you don't have to enroll yourself. The other departments, they have not used My Labs Plus. They're using Course Compass, which you have to enroll yourself using the course ID.
Well, the reason I asked you for that was that's like my backup thing.
Yeah.
And I keep that. That's why I say.
Well, your backup is going to be the access code.
Okay.
Okay. Your Miss.
Right.
Did I send you an email back?
No, but it's okay.
Somebody sent me an
It
email.
was me.
I sent you one back.
I
You
can't
must
get.
have-
I couldn't
okay,
get on there.
but I
to
did
see
send
it.
you
Yeah,
one back.
okay,
That was
that's fine.
important, so I replied.
Yeah.
But you do not need a course ID to get into My Labs Plus. You need a course ID to get into Course Compass, which everybody used to use that until the math department decided to enroll everybody and just use access codes. Okay, so that's the difference between the three. They're all the same thing. It's just how it's enrolled. That's the only difference. And you are already enrolled for 14 days, and you got to get access code so you can extend that 14 days to 14 weeks. Now, once you get in, you're going to see this Math 155, and you click on it one time, and you are in 155. There it is. Now, there's 3 buttons that are important. And what do you think they are?
Homework, quiz, test, and
grade.
Yeah.
Those are your 3 most important buttons. Have I had students email me and say, I'm in My Labs Plus or Course Compass, where's the assignments? Well, how do you reply to somebody like that? I did. Okay? There's the homework. There's the quizzes and tests. Do you need to mash on quizzes and tests right now? No. Why? We haven't even started the first unit yet. They're not even loaded. I haven't even put it up there yet. Hammies. Those are Hammy the squirrels. Homework. That's one you need to click on. What do we start with? 5.1? And there's your homework problems right there. And let's talk about homework. Let's click on one. I want to get one that's an actual math problem. I don't want a definition problem. I want a math problem. Oh, horse cookie. Okay, find the prime factorization of 6 to 93. All right, this is a math problem. You got to write down the prime factors, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's say you don't have a clue how to do it. Well, that's what these guys are for right here. Now, let me go ahead and tell you right now that Hubert I don't think that you're going to learn how to do math by doing this, and I'm going to sit over here and eat biscuits. That's not what I'm doing. These buttons right here are designed to get you over the hump when you're at home working on homework and you ever get to that problem where you can't get past that problem and you can't do the last 5 or 6 problems. That's what these are for. They're to get you over the hump when you're working, give you a little bit of help. Okay? Help Me Solve This is a guided tutorial. A guided tutorial is the tutor that sits in the tutoring lab, and when you ask him how to do this, the first thing he or she does is ask you a question. What are the multiples of 693? Or what can you divide in 693? In other words, the first thing that person does is ask you a question, and he or she asks you several questions as you what? Do the problem. That is called a guided tutorial. It's a different learning style. It's usually for those students that haven't done math in 5,000 years, right? Because some of y'all haven't done it in 5,000 years, right? Y'all, 44,000, okay. All right, because y'all exaggerate a little bit. Non-traditional students exaggerate. They go into the thousands, where traditional students say, I hadn't had math since last year. Well, non-traditional students, they say 5,000 years. So, but anyway, a lot of your students that haven't had math in a long time, or a lot of the students that took Algebra 1 in their 9th grade year of high school and they graduated last year, so they haven't had algebra in 4 years, they would hit that Help Me Solve This because they need to remember how, why, and where. The View an Example is for those people that had maybe 155 last semester and didn't pass it or didn't do well or had 5 flat tires. And they just need to remember real quick. The difference between the View an Example and Help Me Solve This is the View an Example will not ask you questions. It'll just show you how to do it. What do you think the video is? shows you how to do it. A video. This is for you visual learners. Some of you are visual. I'm visual. I got to have somebody to show me how to do it. Okay? I'm not a tutorial person. I'm a visual learner. Most of your males are visual learners. Textbook. That's for you people that like to read. Okay? Reading is a learning style. Some people would rather read than watch a movie. I'm not that type. Okay? I fall asleep reading the funny paper, much less trying to read a book. When you let's say that you don't know how to do this prime factorization, you click on textbook, and it'll take you directly to the textbook on the ebook, exactly where it introduces this material. So for those of you that like to read, you can just go right to it instead of thumbing around your book. So that's a different learning style. Oh, sorry. There's another one called graphic tutorial or graphic something. And it is a mix between a video and a tutorial. It just doesn't have a person in the video, it just has a voice. So that's also one that visual learners like to use. Print. If you want to print out the whole assignment, you go to the first problem of your homework. Click on print. And click on print homework assignment. And print. And it'll print it. Do you need to go back into the homework and try to do problems? No. If you want to print the assignment and do it conventionally, like paper and pencil, then you take that, staple it, take it home, and you do it. When you get the answers, then you go back into the homework and what? Type in the answers. The reason you can't have your cake and eat it too, is because what does the problems do when you put in an answer and it's wrong or right? What does the next problem do? It's going to regenerate. It's going to change the numbers. If it changes the numbers, it changes the what? Answer. So your answer that you got on your paper and pencil is not going to be the same if you go in there and try to do both. You can't do both. Okay? So, now, another thing that's good about this is, and I set it up like this, is if you do a problem wrong, it'll put a big X up here and you feel bad about yourself and you probably quit school. Down here, there's a button when you get one wrong, and it says alternate problem or similar problem or something like that. If you hit similar problem, it will regenerate. If you get it right, it'll change this X into a check. So everybody should turn in what? Hundreds for their homework, will you? Nope. 75% of you will turn in an 80 or above. The rest of you, 25%, be anywhere from 0 to 36. It's called lazy. Okay? So you can do them over and over and over by hitting similar problem. Now, please don't do like one kid did. He kept hitting one and similar problem, similar problem. He thought he was doing his homework and he only did one problem like 50 times. I have to deal with people like this, okay? He called me up and said, how many problems we got to do? Because it never ends. If you hit similar problems, it never ends. He'd done it like 50 times, and I'm like, really? I have to deal with people like this. And y'all work retail?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about then. You ever worked at Walmart or worked at Lowe's and somebody come in and don't know where their oil filter is on their car and they want to change their oil on their car? They need to go somewhere. If you don't know where the filter is, go change it somewhere else. Don't try to change it yourself because you're gonna blow your engine up. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll shut up. So that's now. If you notice, some homework problems don't have all the resources. That's because it's a reading problem and there's not really any reason to have it. But some problems have 5 or 6. And I don't know why we hadn't run into one. Let me see if there's another homework. Hold on. I want to show you a graphic tutorial. Let me go back one. Go to 5.2. Nope. Usually they'll have a little film strip or they'll have something here, but they don't have anything. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Usually they do. But most of them have at least 3 or 4 that you can use. Now, the one that I like is this one. Ask My Instructor. Remember, I try not to give a lot of tests in class, so I got to do something about that. But anyway, the reason I like Ask My Instructor is because you send me problems. I put them in a folder in my email, because what they do is, if you send me this, and I can't show you because the system is probably still down, but when you hit Ask My Instructor, okay, it's supposed there. You are a terrible teacher. Yeah, I can't spell. Let's see, teacher. There. And you send that, and it'll send directly to my email. Now, what will it send to my email? Well, if I could pull up the dadgum do-jigger, maybe they fixed it. I can pull it up on my phone, but I can't pull it up here. Let's see if they fixed it.
Oh, hallelujah.
They did. There we go. And there is your problem. And what I will do is I will have a folder over here called Math 155, and I'll take that and throw it in there with all the other questions that I get. And the first time we meet, Wednesday or whatever, the first 15, 20, 30 minutes of class, I'll go over homework problems. So therefore, nobody really has questions because you send them to me. Squeaky door gets what? The OIL. So, or the grease. So, if you don't send me questions, what am I going to assume? And I'm going to go on 5.2 or 5.3. See, my class is based on how many questions I get in my email. If I don't get any questions, I move on. If I get 15, 20 questions, I will go over every single one of them, as long as they're not the same question. Okay? I will go, like if I get 3 that are the same question, I might cover 2 if it's real difficult, or 1, and say, okay, everybody feel good about this one? But I'll cover every different question there is. And then if you send them again, then I'll go over them again. After about the 3rd time, I think I've gone over enough. But I will spend as much time as I need to on whatever homework you send in. If you don't send any in, I'll just go on to the next section. So it's up to y'all. Okay? And there's my question. How do I know that's that question? Well, I'll put it here. And see, the reason I want you to use this is not because it's a convenient way for you to use it, but if you just come in here and say, Hubert, I had a question on chapter 5, well, the first thing I got to do is say, okay, what's your name? Then I got to say what section, and then I got to say what number, so I can go into your homework after I know your name, go into your homework, find the chapter, find the section, and then find the number. Now, what does that take up? Class time. So, I will not answer any questions unless they're sent to me. Okay? Deal? Because I don't have time. I've got to cover 4 units. And I've got to answer your questions, and I've got to teach you the material. I don't have time to go looking for you and your problems because you were too lazy to what? Hit the button. Hit the button. All you got to do is hit the button. That's all you got to do. You don't even have to put you're a terrible teacher. All you got to do is hit the button. It's easy. Okay? Question on that. See, all I have to do, I don't have to look it up. See, what I have to do is I just click on that link right there during class, and what will it do? It'll pull your problem right up. I don't have to go looking for it. See? That is the best. This button right here, wherever it is the best thing since sliced bread. It is. Because it has changed my classroom big time. Because that's why I do this. Because I can spend those 8 to 10 extra days going over homework problems that y'all send me. And that's why I hardly ever have office hours. Okay? All right, who's got questions? I know y'all got some questions. I don't cover everything that good. Yes, ma'am.
You said that you are going to put a lecture on
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Go to YouTube, and the upload was canceled. Oh well. Go to YouTube and look up Hubert McClure. And when you go to Hubert McClure, there's going to be two pictures of me. One in a burgundy shirt and one in a, if it does pull it up, hello. One in a burgundy shirt and one in a green shirt. Okay. Let me just get out of this and come back into YouTube and maybe I can pull it up. For some reason it's pulling me up and I don't even have to log in. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't save my password. Okay, now I guess YouTube's down. Anyway, do a search for Hubert McClure and pull up the burgundy shirt. Okay? The green shirt is office hours videos that I used to do when students would send office hours, and I'd do it on video and send it to them and post it. But it's not working. After you go to Hubert McClure Burgundy Shirt, go to Playlist. And when you go to Playlist, you'll see my past courses in spring, fall, last year, and then you'll see your class. It'll be called Math 155, Fall 2015, and then it'll say Monday, Wednesday, 12:45. And I will try to post this. I tried to post the last. I don't know why it didn't post. But anyway, I don't know why this is not coming up. Nothing's coming up. I don't understand. There's nothing to do with the Zoom, but I'll show you that I'm trying to pull it up. Nothing's coming up. I think our system today is really messed up. I've hit refresh several times. Let me just do this. Something tells me something's wrong because when I hit enter, it doesn't do anything. It just sits there. Try this. Nope. I'm glad you asked the question, but the problem is my computer seems to be not working. They don't have anything but Internet Explorer. It's a conspiracy, what it is.
Did you try to do Chrome?
Well, I can try to type in Chrome. See, it's not working. It's like nothing's working. I don't know. But anyway, go to YouTube. Pull up the burgundy shirt.